Oh, you want to start this shit now, guys? I'm sorry. I did not realize I was on air. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to the Techness Corner. I am your host today, Seb-Luka, and why don't you just step right on in. Today we are back in the saddle of the marketplace as the PC Master Race FB Marketplace Season 2 continues in 2022 with episode number, let's say it,
Go!
2. So let's go, people.
Go! Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way.
So, introductions aside, I appreciate the audience, people. I appreciate your company. Leave those comments in the comments section below. I always aim to please and or when receiving give back and answer all questions and queries as accurately and diligently as I can pertaining to anybody's questions in relation to hopefully PC used parts in the marketplace and or any other ideas and spaces such as Gumtree or Gamtree as some people say it. But today, cutting a long story short, it is the PC Master Race special in the FE Marketplace Brisbane edition. That's right, y'all. We are going to Brisbane today. After all, it's been an interesting, I would not say comfortable, but an or easy ride in the Melbourne marketplace, and I've been watching some footage of some Brisbane lights, if that is even a word. If it's not, I apologize. But I've been watching some footage, and in turn, it seems like all the action's up in Brisbane, and I just want to get a piece of the action. Not much, maybe some crumbs. Maybe I can get something posted. I don't know. We'll see. But at the very least, I want to see how the market is acting up, because some people are saying that, those vines they got in Brisbane regarding those PC tech related parts and whatnot are pretty sublime, and part prices are on the decline. Okay, so let's get stuck right on in. Alrighty. So hopefully I can see with what is a PP in front of me. No, it's not. It's actually a blacked out stealth Yeti. I say stealth because it's the blackout, but you guys can't see it. It's invisible. Look, guys, I've been scrolling. I'm literally, if you guys do not believe me, Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, within 60 kilometers radius. We are searching today. I am curious. We got preloaded some tabs, a lot of gaming related footage today pertaining to gaming related PC, more so orientated on the entry level. And as you can see, there's like a full gaming PC set up over here. Computer tower was 400, now 130. card. And look, this video card in good condition, removed from a working PC, 1 8-pin power cable required, 500 watt power supply, recommend. And that's pick up from Calangur in the 4503 region. Now that is getting a little bit more addressable in this space. Okay, so we're going to drop that to about 200, 180. Now it's time they came down to what they should really be at. Okay, everything's dropping. These aren't going to sell. You will be finding another $50 drop spell very, very quickly and shortly. 170, 175 people, please be offering. And it's a little bit older than the 1650 pending things, and maybe a little bit more power hungry as well, so that's something to consider. And look, it's the Ice QX2 version. Irrelevant again. It's looking up, people. It's looking up, and prices are dropping, but they should be dropping a lot quicker. Okay, so from coming from a 300 to 250 drop on a GPU for 450 from the 499, we've got the i5 SSD RX 580 gaming PC. So hey all, this entry level, and that's for an extra $200. I'm sure it's negotiable, so for an extra less than 175, 170, 150 bucks, extra 150 bucks, we got ourselves the whole kit and caboodle with the i5 3470 3.2 gigahertz. That is, I believe, on the base area. Your i5 3470, and obviously it's a discontinued trip. It's actually from quarter two of 2012, so leading us into our gaming bonanza Brisbane special edition FB Marketplace PC Master Race Special. We've got a 10-year-old gaming Supreme monster. This is entry level, so it is forgiven. This is literally at the cup of 10 years of age, this chip. So it's something to consider when looking at our gaming PCs pressing forward. Third gen, 10 years on the 22 nanometer. The way he's advertised it, I probably would have advertised max turbo frequencies and whatnot, and emphasized 3.6 gigahertz here, just to make it look a little bit nicer. It's still be legitimate, but yeah, not too power hungry. 77 watts. Interesting because it's clean. I'll talk him a little bit less, and definitely this is an entry level PC worth considering. If maybe for the same price he can add another 8 gigabytes 1600 megahertz of DDR, what will be DDR3 RAM, it'll give it just that boost and additional power and legs to be able to power through all esports titles, do well, you know, in Fortnite and whatnot, do well in everything in general as a general purpose computer. And for under $450 is negotiable, definitely worthwhile look. So let's press forward, people. Then that's for mid-end gaming computer. So we're going up in the spectrum, we're going up a step. At mid-end at $699, I'd still say it's entry level. Entry level new is probably about the 1500 level, so about the 1500 buckaroonies. Selling this computer due to my upgrade. Computer is in working condition and it looks clean, people. That is very, very, very nice. Computer's in working condition as well. Located in Belboray, 4070. Price is slightly negotiable. So slightly negotiable. We drop into 675, 650. 600 cash, bro, you take that. 625, done deal. Okay, excellent. i5 4460, 4 cores, 4 threads, so it means threads at the 3.2 gigahertz. Again, this is going to be 3.6 gigahertz processor, more than likely. An NVIDIA Gigabyte GTX 1070 8 gigabyte module, 4 gigabyte 6 of DDR3 at 8 gigabytes, 240 gigabyte Kingston solid state drive, Cooler Master 650 watt 80 plus bronze PSU. Now, what I would consider, really, you need some extra RAM. You need to talk them down to 625. You're going to get your RAM. It's going to be bringing it back up, along with a bit of terabyte drive, which he can include for $30. That is overpriced. You can probably get one for 20 second hand if that's the case. So it's going to take you up to about 6-7-5 figure in total. And for that sort of figure in general, when you're finally done getting all the parts for that PC that need to have it bolstered up, it's going to be a ripper of a little computer. Okay guys, look, his maintainer, whoever it is, deserves a shout out. Gabrielle, with the price slightly negotiable, definitely is a contender for a ready to go PC in this stage. Esports stars, let's go. So let's continue. And that brings us to something what seems refined here and very, very polished. $1,400 it was originally, and it's smack bang being dropped to $800. Now, this was listed 1 week ago in Gold Coast. In that week period, this gentleman or gentle gal has dropped this from $1,400 to $800. Maybe there was a typo, maybe there was something mistake, but you know, those type of buttonary presses seem a bit odd to me. You know, you do have to verify things when you're selling. But look, guys, at first glance, this looks very, very decent. Sort of like if you're window shopping, I have to say, very, very nice, okay? The problem is I'm too mesmerized by the space that the wall occupies behind this case and what is exactly in it. So let's take a closer look before we go judgy on our hands and start auditing this script in front of us. If you're looking for a fast gaming PC at the best price on FB Marketplace, we are, then we'll play all games at 1080p and 1440p with smooth FPS at high settings, even games like Call of Duty, then this is the PC for you. Always play Elden Ring, Ark and Rust, etc. very smoothly. Elden Ring, eh? Buy with confidence, as this setup comes with a 3-month guarantee against defects. Specs below. So coming from what we just came from, Intel Core i7-4794, Core 8 thread, 4.4 GHz, mentioning the turbo this time. See, 16 gigabytes DDR3 and dual channel, that is definitely what we need, okay? But 1200 gigabyte SSD, that is misleading. It should probably more than likely be a 120 gigabyte SSD, just enough in this day and age. It's not necessarily just enough for the price, it is the minimum requirement and the minimum and smallest SSD that you can actually muster up and get. So it's nothing special, guys. Just put all $25, $20, you know, $30 for one of these 120 gigabyte SSDs. If you, it's, you know, $800 is still far-fetched, considering coming from what was, you know, 675 and you were set. On the difference here, we've got a 1660 Ti 6GB card. It is an Asus variant, it is newer, but at the same time, that 1078GB definitely still the stronger card. And for $125 tops, less, maybe even more, less, this is a stretch and a half. I think this guy was too mesmerized by his own photos to really set a proper price that he once sold. I think in another couple of days this will be refined and dropped another $50, $75 down the spiral we go. The rabbit hole, people, as we give credit where maybe credit necessarily shouldn't be due to this Paradise Point star Brian Billowell. It's got 71 likings. Yikes, man. I've only got like 15 at the same rating, and I'll tell you what, I've sold over 1,000 items. I go, just give us a good post, yo. Give us a good rating, yo. And meh, I don't know, I even put out feelers, like I rate everyone, and I'm like, you know, to rate him back, and do they just like move on with their lives and never rate? But he's managed to get 71, so he's doing something right, unless he's, I don't know, got bots doing it for him. I doubt that's the case, but he's in the tech space. Who knows? Thank you, Brian. Let's move on. So moving on, somebody be flexing. Coming from that, now what we will say is a monstrosity. If you want to save yourself and go half the price and be ready and putting in that kitty for something a little more supreme, then for 450 or less, 3570K GTX 680, that's a 2GB card, SSD, Windows 10, let's go. That's gonna play everything and in between regarding esports and whatnot. It is a monster little PC for a great solid price, and this effect is definitely a mirage. At the same time, solid little PC. It seems like, you know, if you can get this down to like 375, ASRock Z77 Extreme 4 motherboard, very old school decent motherboard, then you might have yourself a buyer here. So let's press forward in the PC Master Race, FB Marketplace, Brisbane Special, Gaming Bonanza, and for 320, this is what, you know, the last PC would be the best price you could ever get it at current state. You got yourselves an i5 2500K, so this is over 10 years of age. Something to consider. 2500K is an iconic little chiphead. GTX 7070, 8GB, misleading entry-level gaming computer. The graphics card isn't 8GB, but there's 8GB of RAM. Okay, so that's something to look out when looking at pairing. Okay, if you can get this for 275 again, and I keep saying that you're dropping it, but that's the case. People expect you to play ball. There's no harm in asking for a lower price. Just don't do it without losing face or embarrass yourself in this PC marketplace, okay y'all, because there are ways about doing it where you don't look like a goddamn lowballer continuously hounding everyone, statistically trolling, and you go around the middle and you don't realize you just bothered me, for example, about 3 days ago, and you've run out of everyone and you started on the new merry-go-round list of trying to lowball everyone, and people come back because they're desperate, and you have to understand that. No harm in trying to put feelers out there, but do it smart, do it wise, and try to, you know, if you're going to plan to be in this space for a while, you know, it's a good way to be able to start networking and doing it. But if you're just hounding people and it's like, that's what I want, this is how low I want to go, this is how much I want to pay, nothing, yo, give it all to me for free now, I ain't got time to deal with you, and so should no one else. But for 320, look, if you're in a pinch, this is why this market is so competitive. For this price, I was selling an i7, for example, 920, so with an X58 motherboard, and yeah, I sold it for 299. So this is much stronger. 512, you know, placeholder GPU, megabyte GPU. So this is much stronger. Yeah, if you're talking down just that little bit to that 299 figure, just under, you know, if you need an entry level system, then this is very clean, and yeah, it's ready to roll. Gainwood Phantom, look at that. Interesting GPU, very interesting. Lovely little system, people, go get it. After what we've seen, people, moving on, pressing forward, at instant glance, I just have to say no. Budget game PC, it's an i3, 16GB of RAM, SSD, 300GB, HDD, Windows 11, Fortnite ready. Okay, so Windows 11, it's not going to have support for much longer on this type of hardware. This is an illegitimate game. Is emphasizing with custom thermal paste RTX export like it's going to make a difference. Okay, look, unfortunately I have to say no to this. The GPU is definitely not strong enough to hold anything. It should have been at least a 2GB 650 Ti of some sort of that. I bought one of those for about $45 the other week and passed it on in an economical build. But this power hungry 1GB card is not gonna do Fortnite ready very much, especially after the most recent, not only RTX but game engine update to Fortnite itself. Give it a miss at this price. Go back, get the other one. You'll be much more satisfied. So pressing on, people. Let's go. Leading us into what is the high end of the spectrum, people. In the meantime, it's a good time to take a pause and reflect. If you've stayed here this long, I appreciate it. Please hit that like and or subscribe button. It is in the sector over here, more than likely, or over there. I'm not too sure. I lose myself in this moment, you know what, and spit mum spaghetti, but sorry mum spaghetti. Oh, it was chat the other day, I don't know why, but let's go back before I get to, I don't know, maybe high and start to fly as well. That's a joke, y'all. None of that iffy stuff around me. Please, let's continue changing the subject to back to something a little less schizo-affective. So coming to what is an i7 9700K high-end gaming PC. It's been dropped recently, 1650 to 1475. Okay. Maybe not. It's got a GTX 1080 Founders Edition, 650 watt power supply, 16 gigabytes of 3200 megahertz RAM, 1 terabyte of SSD storage on a Z390 motherboard. I think this is very nice. Go buy it right now. Let's go. Go. I'm serious, people. Why are you still here? Why are you still here at that price? We're talking some serious muscle. This game is going to play stinking well, okay? But at the same time, I do have a video up and coming and or just released, depending on which one comes out first. PC Master Race Epic Marketplace Season 2 Episode 2 and or the $1,500 budget entry level new level PC video per se and buyer's guide, where in a nutshell there's stuff that competes just as well with this, but this has got some iconic hardware in it with that GTX 1080 Founders Edition. Okay, 9700K was literally just off and on the cups of yesteryear, and was the gaming king. It's got 8 big cores for you all, and it can easily be overclocked to 5 gigahertz or cores 5.1 to 3, pending bin quality. So if you could talk this gentleman and or lady down just a little bit further, then look, the price is negotiable. It seems to be on the price. Then for further info, definitely contact, but I would be looking at saying you are buying, leaning on, don't let someone else get all the other buyers gone, drop the 100, go with your cash, and try to be that asshole that is like, I have to go back to the car to get an extra 20, 20, 30 bucks. If you can min-max here just a little bit, it's a solid gaming PC, so please guys, you won't be disappointed whatsoever in it. Coming back to something a bit more mainstream, a bit more entry level bling. At 650, you got a GTX 1050 Ti Strix ROG. That's a solid 4 gigabyte card with your GDDR5 memory. It looks very clean. Don't let that case fool you. The case is worth about 30-40 bucks second hand. Okay, so it's a very clean, nice case though, but they are very cheap in this space at a 4570 3.6 gigahertz, 8 gigabytes of DDR3, it is lacking just a little bit. Remember that 1050 Ti I sold at a high price of around $200. Unfortunately, you should be able to get it for $175, $150, $250, $330, $400, $500, a little bit for the polishness, $550 maximum on this computer, no more in this day and age, Karen. Let's press forward, people, for some more. Intel 9th Gen i5 9600K DDR4 32GB of RGB gaming PC. Okay, so look, it's a mid-range, we're saying in this regards. Look, it's got a lot of gigabyte. It's got a Z390. Okay, Z390 is a good board. It's 256GB ultra fast NVMe SSD, so that's decent as well. We've got a Strix 240mm extreme performance water cooling, not too necessary on that i5 9600K. Water cooling is a bit misleading. It's an AIO, you know, it's got some evaporated bloody water in there. Looks nice, looks clean, guys. I'd probably say 1150 or something like that, you know, in this marketplace. The RAM is what's holding up the value a little bit more, so 1200, you know, 1199, 1175. What was he asking again? 1250. Yeah, it's something like that. Okay, guys. So it's interesting because look, we've got a $2,900 gaming PC over here. I'd like to take a look at that, but I'm trying to just impart some knowledge on you all as well at the same time. At the very least, if it's not occurring as such, because we are going through gaming PC or the gaming PC Bonanza Brisbane Special, people, episode 2 of season 2 PC Master Race in the FB marketplace, then, you know, we are also showcasing the best of Brisbane at play literally today, people. So take my word for what it should and what it shouldn't be. I'm also taking into account what is available in your people if you're from Brisbane locality. Okay, so understand that this is all competition. This ain't all from around the place. I ain't some Melburnian invading your place, okay, but I'm here not necessarily to stay, but to make it clear that there are bargains are to be had, are plenty, and I can see that now, but it's not the same in Melbourne. Okay, it seems to be a bit dearer. I can't understand why. There's a dent in this guy over here, but coming back to me, frankly, understand why. On a serious note, people, I want to take a side pause here. Unfortunately, as we go down this rabbit hole together, it looks like the fun has ended. Brisbane is perhaps starting to show its true colours. After the next advert, the spiral down starts to begin, and hopefully Brisbane isn't starting to crack under the pressure of some form of scrutiny by Seb-Luka tonight and the PC Master Race FB Marketplace episode 2, guys. So come on, let's go. Hit that like button and or subscribe to the Techness Corner for all things tech. We do tech things here. Let's continue forward and let's go. Okay, so it looks like it's got a dent in it, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, true colours or not, this $340 PC's been dropped from the 500 figure, and it's got an i7-3770 at 340, okay, 16 gigabytes of DDR3, 120 gigabytes SSD, 1 terabyte hard drive, 450 watt cooler master. All drivers are ready to go. There seems to be PC once a video card has been added. A business machine media, so for 340, take that to 299/275. Add a 150 1050 Ti 275 375 425. We are alive. You got yourself a monster for under $500. Go, yos. Make sure though you're not getting hosed. And speaking of hosed, for $300, this looks utterly spastic in a good good way. But with your ASRock H170 M Pro, Ripjaw 16GB, 2 8GB, you got a GTX 1060 Wingforce OC 6GB. Is this real for $300? Oh wait, it's a Q6600 8MB cache, 2.4 GHz. This quad core is the lower end spectrum of its quad core. It's about 14 years to 15 years of age, and it's not going to get you in because of set instructions for set games specific today, even allow you to play, for example, Apex Legends. Okay, unfortunately, also looking at it, it says the GPU has display issues, or the bottom end in this fine print. The GPU has display issues, does not output display most of the time, but will hash at 20 mega hash. No, if in doubt now guys, I'm telling you, let it go. Have another mid-range gaming PC. I like it how this is mid-range, that's mid-range. Entry level budget into the new space is $1,500 nowadays, $1,000 to $1,500. $600 second-hand budget is still budget, okay, but we've got an i5 3470. Plays Fortnite on high settings, averaging above 60 frame rates per second. And if we scroll down here, we've got ourselves a GTX 960 3470, 16 gigabytes of your DDR3 memory, 2TB Western Digital, maybe, how much was he asking again? $600, hell no, please no, maybe like 400, okay guys, no. Lending us to a full gaming PC setup today, $539. i7 8, no. GTX 10, no. 8GB, not enough. 120, no. Oh my god, he keeps going. What is his name? Lehman Tazukas. I'm from Clayton, Melbourne. I know how to say Tazukas, alright? It's like Taziki, but with the Zook. Alright, Tazukas, alright? No. Okay, and that comes to what is maybe the cleanest looking computer, budget entry level computer with an i7. He mentions i7 a spastically lot of times. That the 475, it's got a GTX 560 Ti, sorry what, 12 gigabytes of RAM, sorry what i7 is it? Let's just double check before we go no on the 1 gigabyte card there. i7 9, Jesus no, please, I apologize to the God lovers out there. Jesus, sweet baby Jesus, no, not for that price, regardless of how polished this advert looks. And please, capitals on the other hand, drop that down, because we are computer laptop specialists with more than 20 years experience in ripping people off. Not today, people, though. Skip that, yo. And it leads us to what is, if it's too good to be true, please avoid or get clarification more so before pressing forward. There's no harm in inquiries at $300 in this space. We've got ourselves a 2 months old gaming PC, Windows 11 supported. It's an i5 10600K. i5, that chip by itself is worth $300 new. Okay, 16 gigabytes of DDR4, okay, $100, okay, 250 gigabyte SSD, full gaming setup. If this is real, we're missing essentially it's got everything you need except for potentially a graphics card here. You have to ask the gentleman, where's the graphics card? What is the graphics card? Do we get a graphics card? This is too good to be true from Kynon Dixon. I believe it is some sort of a sham going on here. We're gonna have a closer look at the profile of Kynon themselves. Okay, if we can get a closer look here. No? Can we get a closer look, please? It's bugged out. Facebook is bugged out on us. This listing is no longer available, and it seems to have either expired or being sold. Perhaps Facebook is secretly watching and proving the point. The sham has been expelled. So watch out, y'all. Watch out, please. Sometimes when it's too good to be true, I would avoid with a 10-foot pole, not waste your time. But you never know, because there are some very, very nice folk out there, and including in Brisbane, it seems, because we got a mixed bag of gaming PCs on the Gaming PC Bonanza Brisbane special. Quick shout out to Brian from Techness City. I hope I wasn't too harsh on y'all. You do see the caliber that you're dealing with, and I do agree. Prices, baby, dropping. Okay, so thank you for joining us at the Techness Studio episode 2 of PC Master Race in the FB Marketplace. Okay, my name is Seb-Luka, your host, signing out, and from Melbourne, Victoria. Peace out, y'all. Mwah. Oh, and guys, one more thing, okay? Just as a throw out, we got a large electronic mystery box, smartwatch, headphones, drone, smartphone, PlayStation. This item in the box will be guaranteed to be of a higher value than the price mystery box. What you get is what you get. Hell no! Bye.